Okay, so we have one pair of ovary which is located in the abdomen, and it it produces one ovum each time, which is called as menstrual cycle. And in addition, it also produces two groups of steroid hormone, which we call as estrogen and progesterone. It is composed of ovarian follicles, or we can say the stromal tissue, and it is synthesized and secreted mainly by the growing ovarian follicles. And after ovulation, it will rupture. This follicle will get ruptured and will lead to the will convert it to a structure which we call as corpus luteum, and which secretes the hormone which we call as progesterone. And it also produces development of these ovarian follicles, appearance of these characters like high pitch of voice and mammary gland development, etc. Okay, so progesterone supports pregnancy, and it also acts on the mammary glands, stimulates the function of alveoli, which is sac-like structure which store milk and milk's secretion. Okay, next we have the hormones of, like in the starting of the video chapter, I have already told that there are some organs we have which also secrete some endocrine glands, like some hormones, like we have the heart. The atrial walls of heart secretes an important peptide hormone which we call as ANF, atrial natriuretic factor, and the work of this is to increase the it's to decrease the reduce the blood pressure. When the blood pressure is increased, it will secrete, and it will cause the dilation of blood vessel, which will lead to the reduction in the BP. Next we have in the kidneys, the juxtaglomerular cells of the kidneys produces a peptide hormone which we call as erythropoietin. Erythropoietin, it stimulates the formation of RBCs, like the word has cleared everything. Eryth means RBC, poiesis means the formation. We can say it will lead to the formation of RBCs. Erythropoietin stimulates erythropoiesis. Endocrine cells present in different gastrointestinal tract also have four major peptide hormone, which are gastrin, secretin, CCK, which is cholecystokinin, kinin, and we have gastric inhibitory peptide GIP also. These four major peptide hormones is get secreted by gastrointestinal tract. Okay, and it acts on the gastric gland, gastrin, and stimulates the secretion of hydrochloric acid and pepsinogen, and secretin acts on exocrine pancreas, stimulates the secretion of water, bicarbonate ion. CCK acts on both pancreas and gallbladder and stimulate the secretion of pancreatic enzyme and what bile juice, and respectively. First it will secrete the enzyme, next it will the bile juice. Next, GIP inhibits gastric secretion, motility, and several other known endocrine tissue also secretes some hormone which we can call as growth factor, and these are essential for the normal growth of the tissues and the repairing of the tissues and regeneration. Next we have mechanism of hormone action. These are produced these hormones produce their effects on the target tissue by binding to the specific proteins which we call as hormone receptor, located in the target tissues only. And if it is present in the cell membrane of the target cell, then it will be going to call as the membrane bound receptor. And the receptor which is present in the target cell, inside the target cell, it will call as intracellular receptor. Intracellular means inside the cell. It will be going to call as, if it is at the cell membrane, it will be going to call as membrane bound receptor. The names are clearing everything, and mostly nuclear receptors are there. If we are talking about intercellular, inside the cell there will be nucleus. Mostly in intracellular we have the nuclear receptors which is present in the nucleus. Binding of hormone to its receptor led to a formation which we call as hormone receptor complex. It will lead to a structure called hormone receptor complex, and receptor is specific to any one hormone only. And we have specific receptors, and we have on the basis of their chemical nature, we have hormones are divided into four groups. So we have four groups here: peptide, polypeptide, protein hormones, like we have insulin, glycagon, pituitary hormone, hypothalamus, and hypothalamus hormones. Okay. Next we have steroid. We have cortisol, is what is it written? It is testosterone, estradiol, and progesterone. Next we have iothyronine. Iothyronine we have in it thyroid hormone, and next we have amino acid derivative, in which we have epinephrine. And next we have these structures. First, what is it saying? It is saying that we have the hormone. First, it will go to the receptor. We have the ovarian cell membrane. First response is to generate the second messenger. If it is going to the cell membrane, it will lead to the generation of second messenger. Second messenger will only get generated when we have the hormone is working on the cell membrane, or we can say the membrane bound receptor is this. Then it will lead to the biochemical response and physiological response. Next we have, what if it is not working on the cell membrane, if it is intracellular response, like if the hormone is going inside, then it will lead to the hormone receptor complex, formation of hormone receptor complex, and here it will through the nucleus, through this RNA proteins will do the physiological response, like the tissue growth and differentiation will going to happen. So this is the chapter. Hope you like the video. If you do, please do like, share, and subscribe.